Mic off.
Until the first glimmer of sun hits the horizon. I am afraid of the dark. No one to talk to. Thoughts to live with. My mind going to dark place.
Hey, Stefan, you can hear me?
mic on.
Alright, welcome people, welcome to the stream. Today's race, we're taking you guys to Great Britain, the Great United Kingdom, to the Silverstone GP. We got a few guys in here already in free practice, as there's 45 minutes left on the clock. We usually take this time out to get you guys acquainted with what's going on here today. And say hi to you guys in the comment section, the chat section. So let's get you up to speed, huh? So what you guys are joining here is Caribbean Sim Racers live stream of our third official event. This race here, we're headed to the United Kingdom, Great Britain. And we're stepping on to the Silverstone GP circuit. A lot of you know Silverstone already. There's no introduction. But for those of you that don't, let me just bring up a quick wiki right here and tell you some things that you might not know. The entire grounds can hold total capacity of 150,000 people. It is an FIA grade 1 track and it's owned by the British Racing Drivers Club. Alright, some of the notable events hosted here was the British Grand Prix, and that's been annually hosted from 1987 to present. And it's the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. Was supposed to be this year. It's supposed to be this year actually, as they're going to get underway. So let me take a brief moment to thank Patrick Ramsamy for following us. Thanks a lot, man. Give us a share as well if you've got friends that might be interested in this sort of thing. Right, let's get back to Silverstone here. Bunch of notable races have been held here. The FIM MotoGP, known as the British Grand Prix as well. FIA World Endurance Championship, usually the 4 hours of Silverstone. FIA World Rallycross Championship, World RX of Great Britain as it's known. Also the FIM Superbike World Championship. That's also known to be held here at Silverstone. Then we've got some smaller series such as the European Le Mans series, European Formula 2 Championship, the FIA International Formula 3000, British Touring Car Championship, British F3 International Series, British GT, British Superbike Championship, Silverstone Classic. And that's supposed to be British Superbike Championship and Silverstone Classic Britcar. Now the arena is from 2011 to present. The length is 5.891 kilometers or 3.661 miles. It has 18 turns, and the fastest lap ever recorded was a 1 minute 27.369 by Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes in 2019. That's in the Formula 1 class, of course. And so today we're going to take these guys out here at this magnificent complex, and we'll bring you guys along for the ride. Now I can see your comments in the comments section, so if you'd like to get engaged with me, I'm your host, of course. Let me introduce myself formally. Actually, my name is Stefan, and I'm your host for today's event. Let's delve into what CSR is. Caribbean Sim Racers is a group of like-minded individuals that are fans of motor racing and have sought to join the best way and most inexpensive way possible, and that is through sim racing. Now, sim racing, as you might know, sim actually stands for simulation, and sim racing, as you might know, is the closest you might get to driving on the actual circuit, as these circuits are laser scanned using LiDAR technology to get every crook, cranny, length and diameter produced in a 3D environment, of which we can then use in a game, in a simulation game such as Assetto Corsa, which we are using today. The same goes for the cars, as they can be 3D scanned and then the physical aspects implemented to each car, and those can be well noted as being tire degradation, for instance, the engine's performance ratio as against to the real car ratio having been matched, and so on. And given the extent of the work that is done into the tracks and the cars, you end up with almost a real life experience of what it'd be like to drive in that car and on the same track. So what we're trying to do is get guys on board from Caribbean. We're based in Guyana, but we're already in talks with guys from Trinidad and Barbados as well. We've also got Guyanese from around the Caribbean that have decided to join up with us. Also, we've got guys from Canada and the United States that are going to be joining us as well. We've got a few of them in here today. So we're looking to build a community based in the Caribbean for sim racing. From that, we're looking to do league races that are going to be multiple race long events that will take us to a point system. Point system will be in place, and that'll eventually end up with a first, second and third finish, of which we plan to reward either monetarily with prizes or similar accolades. So we've got two aspects that we're looking at. We're going to be looking at the league races, and then we're going to look at the regular championship series, which will not have any rewards attached to them. You can just, as a regular person, jump in and get into the hot seat with us drivers. Apart from that, there's multiple aspects that we're looking at in terms of this thing being as professional as possible in all aspects and regard. So we've got a lot more things to cover, and the team and I are working assiduously to bring this to the fore for you guys. If you'd like to get involved with us, go ahead. If it's the first time you're viewing our stream, join our Facebook group. It's called Caribbean Sim Racers. Get acquainted in there. You can ask us from there how to get involved in these races that we're currently having right now. Our official races right now are not attached to any championship series or league series, but we're basically building ourselves up to that. For instance, there are guys here that have never done sim racing before, so we'd like to get these guys fully acquainted with the rules and such, and get them involved in the cleanest way possible. The reason why you find a lot of these private leagues is because they do have public servers on these particular titles that we use, and when I say titles I mean games, but those public servers are not they're not monitored, so you'll have guys crashing into each other, spitefully blocking you on the track and so on. So that is why we have these private servers and private leagues established. So if you'd like to have good clean fun, good clean racing, go ahead and join us, Caribbean Sim Racers, on Facebook. So we'll walk you through to get started. Right, so today we've got a lineup of about 10 guys that are going to race with us, and I'll get those names for you now and their vehicles that they'll be in. Confirmed list of racers. So first on the grid we'll have John Green. He's in a BMW Z4. We've got Paul Jiwanram in an Audi TT. Roger Diodat in a Honda NSX. Azad Hassan Lexus RCF. Louis Kumar in another Honda NSX. Raul Nasir Lamborghini Huracan. Oswin Wilson Nissan GTR. Ridwan Aziz in a Lexus RCF. Tyreek Wilson in a Honda NSX, and Raymond Seabaran in a Honda NSX as well. Let's get some things out of the way here before I jump into the actual game with you guys. So first of all, if it's the first time you're joining us, welcome. Go ahead, follow the page, and go ahead and follow our group if you're very much interested in getting involved in these events. And welcome. So I'm now in game. We're gonna take you around for a bit. Let's see if we can get you a nice bird's eye view of the track real quick. Thank you guys so much for following. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Thank you guys so much for liking the stream. And welcome if you're new to us. So we're using the GP circuit, which is the Grand Prix circuit, which Formula 1 uses. And the reason why we're using such a large track is because we've got GT monsters on the track today, folks. And that's the Lexus RCF there, Ridwan Aziz from out of Canada. John Green in his BMW Z4. And I'd like to take you around the track real quick. It's a beautiful facility here. As you can see, it's podium here, sponsored by Santander. And we've also got, I think it's Tyreek Wilson coming up here. Yes, it is. In the Honda NSX. Beautiful sounding car. Don't worry, we'll take some ride-alongs in just a bit. I just want to take you guys through the circuit real quick. Going into turn 1, it's a pretty fast turn. As you can see, it has a wide runoff area because you can get this wrong here usually, and it's called the International Pits Straight. As we can see, Rahul Nasir taking his Lamborghini GT3 through there. Pretty much flat out in all aspects of just slowing down. But yeah, we're on the International Pit Straights right now. We have Roger Diodat exiting pits. Yeah, right. So we wouldn't get to see. Let me see if I can get someone who's actually in here. No, never mind. I was gonna try and get you guys the corner names, but it's not gonna be showing up because I'm actually viewing the track like this from myself and I'm sitting in the pits. But after turn 1, this turn 2, turn 3 and 4 right here. It's Azad Hassan there, Group 1 driver from GMR and SC in the Lexus RCF. Heading into 5 there, heading down the back straight. So this is the F1 circuit. You can see the DRS boards right there. Let's just warp you through down the back here. You've got another set of nice facilities around here. And there's a tricky turner coming into from the back straight heading into this turn here. You got to pick your braking point at the exact point to get this car slowed down and turn. As we can see here, John Green clipping that apex as he should. And he comes around to exit the loop. He uses up all of the track. Don't worry, we'll get you better angles in a bit. I just want to run you around the track real quick. If you can keep a mental note of things that are going on here. This section here is pretty fast section. It takes you into Maggots and Beckett's. I can definitely remember the name of this. It's very popular. Maggots and Beckett's here. John Green going through Maggots and Beckett's there. Beautiful elevations of this track captured by the guys who modded it. And that would be the staff of Kuno Similone. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Don't butcher me for it. Although I did butcher that name. As he's coming around the last few corners to complete the lap. Fastest I've seen so far for the day, for the week, is 1:58. So far the guys are not matching that time, but that's fine. John Green actually does a 2:02.775 on that lap, and we're gonna follow some guys here as practice session is counting down to the real deal. Now I must make note that you can use a controller in these simulation games. It's no problem. You don't have to go right away and spend an excess amount of money if you're not sure about sim racing to buy a sim racing rig and setup with wheels and pedals. Although there are some affordable units out there. The cheapest ranging from about $80,000 to $100,000. So those are the affordable ones, yes, and I'm talking Guyana dollars. So that would equate itself to around 500 US. Now, it's night and day basically between a controller and sim racing setup in terms of performance, your personal performance on the track, right? As we see, Rahul Nasir goes faster with a 2:02.644 in that practice lap. These guys have had some time basically to get their car set up to what they want it to be. So and when you're doing that, you have to take into consideration that you've got qualifying as well as race setup to look at. Now, I want to make note that you're gonna run a light setup for qualifying, as in you're gonna run with lower fuel load and so on, just like in the real world actually, to try and get the most out of that one lap that you plan to claim pole with. And so these guys are actually using that practice time to get those settings dialed in. This race is a 45-minute race, which will feature a mandatory pit stop. If you do not do that pit stop, you will be disqualified out of the race. So that's what I mean by saying mandatory. You must have a pit stop during this 45 minutes. The pit window opens from 10 minutes for that to happen, and it closes at 30. All right. So these guys need to do a lot of calculating in their head to get their machines to that window. If it is that they're going to run light at the start to gain a lead against the guys. And then they're going to have to run with the right amount of fuel as well to get to the end of the race. But apart from that, they're also going to be looking at their tire degradation, as the different compounds of tire will degrade at different levels. And so they have to put on their thinking caps for that as well, to conserve on tires and also conserve on their fuel if the situation does call for it. So in actuality, when you're sitting in a sim racing environment, it is not all just about a video game and you're racing for the win. There are leagues that take this thing pretty much very seriously. And when we start our league and championship series, we like to echo those sentiments by those serious racing leagues. When it comes to all these factors coming into play, you'll end up with a beautiful competition, a beautiful playing field. And at the same point in time, what we hope to gain is a show of beautiful talent. A bunch of talented people coming out of this at the end of it, whether young or old. Right? So that's what we're looking for at the end of this entire series here. It's a bunch of beautifully talented guys coming out of this season. So we've got a few guys. Let me just I digress. Let me just go back to what I was saying. We got a few guys on here with controllers, and we got a few guys on here with rigs. So you should see the difference of that play out on track. However, with what I have noted, it's going to be a matter of being able to calculate correctly the best formula for your success. And it doesn't matter, you can be in a controller and you can be on a rig. And I personally do not own a rig, but I've done pretty well on a controller. My public races, best is first position actually on a controller against guys with rigs. And then I've been able to replicate top 3 positions and top 5 positions as well. And those are many times over. So it's not too difficult. You just have to get your controller settings right, and you can take it to these guys with the rigs. And I know the factor of but yeah, you know, in real life they don't race in controllers. Yeah, they don't. But when it comes down to all the other SF factors, it's basically a compromise and a compensation between the two. So yeah, even though we do have guys at a glance disadvantage, they do have the ability to get better. And then there's the fact of just throwing down the controller and going right ahead and investing into a rig. So those are all factors into sim racing, especially how we're going to look at the whole concept of taking our leagues and championships forward. Alright, enough of me talking. I want to take you guys on a quick lap of Silverstone GP. I'll go right ahead and jump into my car, which I will obviously not be racing today because I'll be doing the streaming. This is the Honda NSX GT3. On a slow lap of Silverstone GP. So this is the Wellington Straight. Goes into Brooklands Corner. Luffield. Good cut. National Pit section. Takes you into Corpse. Maggots. Beckett's. Chevelle. Chapel, actually. Hangar Straight. Stowe. All the way through there is Club, and the International Pit Straight completes that lap. Oh, my bad. This is Abbey, forgot to mention. I'll just take you these couple here that I didn't mention. That was Farm Curve, and now Village. And then this is called the Loop. Aintree. At Aintree, I'll stop there because you know Wellington Straight. I'm just gonna bounce back into pits here. Right, so we're about to go live. We've got 20 minutes here on the clock before the boys head into qualifying. Let's get on board with someone that's on the track right quick. Let's see here. So we have Oswin Wilson is joining us here for the first time. He's racing out of the British Virgin Islands, but he's a Guyanese born and bred. Well, actually, I don't know if he's born and bred in Guyana, to be honest. But he's a Lindoner. I'd just like to let you guys know he's from Linden. He hails from Linden, and he's here today for the first time racing with us, Oswin Wilson. And he's in the Nissan GTR. There's a funny glitch that we're having when specific liveries are used. The sound for the car is not captured, and I'm pretty sad at that because I really wanted you guys to hear this GTR. Hopefully we come back to these cars in a following race and we get this glitch sorted, where you guys can hear this beautiful car. He's looking pretty good here, Oswin. And I think behind him we've got running pretty low, pretty fast in there is Azad Hassan in his Lexus RCF. He's actually sliding it now through Luffield. Let's take a look at Oswin though. Oswin's got this GTR dialed in. I really like how it's looking. He's currently third. Has he registered a lap? I'm not sure. As he takes it off track, he needs to watch how he brings it back. Not sure if that lap though is has been deleted. I'd just like to say William Diaz Santiago, thanks a lot for the like, but go ahead and follow us if you'd like to see more content, and do us a favor and share the stream, please. As we see Oswin Wilson come down the Hangar Straight. GTR CR looks planted, but does it have the speed needed to compete against the other cars here today in CSR's third official sim racing event?
All right.
Thanks a lot, Afraz Ali, for joining us.
All right.
Okay, what I mean by lap deleted is if you take more than 2 wheels off the track, your time will not be counted. That's pretty standard in motor. As Azad Hassan loses it there behind Oswin in his Lexus RCF. Man, that's a huge car. Not a beautiful looking car at that. And beautiful sounding one too, with that V8 engine screaming in it. Right, so as I was saying before, I was distracted by Azad there. Actually, let's move on from Oswin. So you see those white lines on the tarmac? Right. Those white lines signify the boundaries of your race course, or the race course. You are allowed to race only in those 2 white lines. Anything outside of that is not allowed. Some parts, like right there, he went all 4s off, are allowed. He was still on the AstroTurf, and so his time is going to be counted, for instance. But if, for instance, he cuts across the grass right there by the shelf logo, he will not. That lap would not be counted. He would have gone faster too, and that's why his lap would not be counted, because he would put the others at a disadvantage now in trying to best his time or make their time as is when they're staying in between the borders of the track. So that's what I mean by time being deleted. It's going to be unaccounted for. As Oswin puts a 206.092 on the board. He's 3 seconds off the pace though. But he must be working, or he might be working on a different setup. Say for instance his race setup as against his qualifying setup, as some might have been doing here to gain those faster times. John Green is in the pits. Tyreek Wilson is here today again. This is going to be his 3rd race with us. Actually, I think it's going to be his 4th race with us. We welcome Tyreek Wilson back to the game. We've got Roger Deodat on track right now in his beautiful Honda NSX. For instance, Roger is driving on a controller. If you see the car twitching a little bit from left to right, but he's feeling very confident and very comfortable in his setup today. And let's see what his first split will be. He's a second down. He's probably out on this lap still trying to warm up his tires, but he's looking pretty smooth as compared to recent events, so I'm guessing he's getting accustomed to his controls in handling these cars in general to get faster and take it to the big boys. Beautiful sounding Honda NSX there. As he makes a mistake coming out of corpse. Approaches Maggots and Beckett's. Looks pretty smooth so far. Oh, just running that a little bit too wide there. He's coming out Chapel, down, hanger straight. And a little bit too much there. Yeah, through club. And he's exiting club now. What'll be his time? He did register the fastest time of a 2:02. I'm not sure that is entirely correct though, as they did actually Nasir goes 2:02 actually. Sorry. Nasir is sitting in pits, so is Green. Nasir is coming out now actually. Here he is in his Lamborghini Huracan that he liveried himself. There with that Petronas livery. Looks pretty good, I must say. But again, we've got that glitch with these liveries that we can't hear the car sounds, and it's sad because I really wanted to hear this car, but let you guys hear this car on stream. Such a beautiful sounding car. And well, that's his out lap, so he's just gonna try and get some heat into those tires actually, so don't expect him to be on a fast lap just yet. We'll come back to him in a bit. Who else is on track? We've got Tyreek Wilson now, seems to be on a hot lap, or he might just need one more lap to get those tires in shape as he's exiting the loop into Aintree Corner down Wellington Straight. Brooklands. He's looking pretty smooth here. Tyreek is also on a controller, but has had the second fastest time though, Tyreek Wilson, on the board for this event so far in free practice sessions. He seemed to have backed off there on those previous laps, so we wouldn't expect a fast lap here from Tyreek. Alright, just let me recap right quick. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to Caribbean Sim Racers, our third official live event. I saw someone asking in chat, how do you get the software? Well, it's available on Steam, which is for computers. But if you're gonna get the software, we do advise that you get, and we think it's quite mandatory to get the ultimate version, which includes all of the cars and tracks. Reason for that is the community that is keeping this 2014 game alive is pretty much the modding community. And in order for you to get mods and so on, you would have had to get all of the cars and tracks available for a game. Also, if you're looking to join us, as we're diversifying our selection of cars and tracks, we would advise you get those DLCs, as they're called, downloadable content, from Steam. To get everything in order to join us. So I think the website is www.steampower.com. When you get there, they'll prompt you to create an account. But before you even buy the game, I'll advise you check to make sure your computer system can even run the game. And confirm that right before you get everything sorted, right before you go ahead and spend your money on the game actually. But if you join us there on Caribbean Sim Racers, I'd like to, you know, walk you guys through the process. Once you guys realize that you're able to run the game and so on, I'd like for you guys to be there with us so that we make sure you're not making any mistakes in getting the game and its content that is needed. So send us a message, shoot us a post on Facebook, Caribbean Sim Racers Facebook group, and we'll get you sorted. We'll just take some time here to go through the comment section. Derek seems to be in a faster lap now. See that twitch there I was talking about? That's him correcting his car. Coming down Hangar Straight here now. Beautiful shots here. Let's take it back to TV3 now. Alright. Okay. So let's go ahead and introduce you guys to the competitors. This event. We've got John Green, Tariq Wilson, Louis Kumar, Azad Hassan, Paul Juwenram, Roger Deodat, Raymond Sibaran, Ridwan Aziz, Oswin Wilson, and Rahul Nasir. We didn't get Rahul's profile pic in time, and so we decided to use his Facebook profile pic, which is unfortunately that. So definitely going to get that sorted for the next event, but in the meantime, this is what we have, and these guys are the guys that are going to be competing today. I'd like to take you quick. We did have an event last week that we needed to announce the winners, the official winners of. As you can see here, final official results. We did have two races. Fortunately, we could have only gotten one of these done in time for this this live stream. And I'm hopping in the stream now to answer your guys' question. The grid can be, it depends actually on the track, because the tracks would have the amount of pit spots available. So on the basis of that is how big the grid can be. Who's on what? I do believe I did cover that from Martin Webster there. Follow some of the guys. Yes, so we started doing that. Let's get some on board. If I go on board, the cars will be allowed, so I'll plan to do that in just when we go qualifying in just about 2 minutes time. So yes, that's about it for comments for now. I'll keep checking it back. But here we have the results for last week's first race. We've got to get the second race done. We're now working on the on-screen graphics, as you can see, so we're demoing it today. And
All right.
as you guys can see now, these are our competitors for the day. Give us your feedback on the on-screen graphics as well. What do you think of it? Does it look professional? Let us know in the comment section there, as these are tentative for the time being. Right, so qualifying is about to start. We will get that going in a bit, guys.
Alright, there's a race channel, right? Race 1.
Alright, so free practice session is over. We're heading into qualifying now. We're just in overtime for the time being.
I'm trying to get a serious headache, boy.
And we've got these guys coming in here now in chat in our Discord. I'll just like to run you guys through the on-screen that you're seeing right now, so you guys know what you're looking at. Obviously,
I think we just mute our mic until qualify finish or join it.
Oh, cool.
yeah, so overtime here, as you're seeing, it's now over. As we await the start of qualifying. These guys are all gonna leave the pit. Soon. Get their laps in. Let's try and get a good view of the grid here. Someone's not in here yet. Who do we have here right now? It's John, Rahul, Tyreek, Roger, Lewis, Azad, Oswin. Paul Junaram is the one out. He's now coming in. And Ridwan Aziz completes the grid there. John Green going fastest in that practice session with a 2:01.337. Rahul Nasir in his Huracan GT3 with a 2:02.416. Tyreek Wilson 2:02.441. Roger Deodat managing a 202.704. That's pretty good from him. Louis Kumar right behind him with a 204.980. Azad Hassan with a 205.097. Oswin Wilson with a 206.096. Paul Jiwanram with his 206.528. And Ridwan with a 420.578. It's qualifying session. They've got 35 minutes to lay the fastest time down, and they're already leaving the pits. Who is the first person on track? Let's see if we can get him. It's Louis Kumar on track right now. In his splash livery. I don't know what to call this thing, man. I don't know what he did there, but that's a personal livery by him. As you can see, his tires are pretty cold. He's trying to get heat into them. Sorry about that. Slides that car around the track right there. So next after him is Tyreek Wilson in his Honda NSX GT3. He did not livery this car. This is the standard livery that comes with the game, with the car, sorry. After him, we've got Ridwan Aziz in his Lexus RCF GT3. Again, default livery. Then we've got Paul Jiwanram right behind him here in the Audi TT. If some might know this car, this is the exact car, or supposed to be the exact replica of Doug Gore's Audi TT that is, well, was Doug Gore's Audi TT that is here in the Caribbean. I'm not too sure of who bought that car now, but I do believe it's in Trinidad and Tobago. So yes, this car is actually the modeled version of that Audi TT. Next in line is Roger Deodat in his Honda NSX. A lot of the guys voting for the Honda NSX because it's a pretty good car in terms of control and speed. We've got John Green here in his BMW Z4. John Green needs no introduction, but he's a veteran basically around these guys. Not gonna say he's old though. And we're back to Louis Kumar right here on track. I think Louis should be looking to start his lap soon, and we'll be covering that as well. So I do want to take time out to mention what you guys are viewing on your screen. If I've forgotten, if this is the first time you're joining us. So the Q obviously stands for qualifying. They've got 32 minutes left of it. Below that is going to be the leaderboard. When they start posting times, it'll show up. Below that, you're going to see the current driver's name that you're looking at, the current corner's name that they're on, which as you can see is Woodcut Corner, down now to the National Pit Straight. You're also going to see the current sector time that they're on, and when the time is right, the fastest time for that sector will show up. And then after they cross that sector, you'll be able to see if they have gone faster in that sector or slower in that sector. Above that is again the time as it leads down. If there's an incident on track, your flag will also show there at the top center of the screen. And you have your participants in the chat right now on your top right hand corner. We've got Azad, John, Lewis, Oswin, Paul, Rahul, Ridwan, Roger, myself and Tyreek all in the chat, and we like to keep that very strictly we like to keep it strict that you must be in voice chat with us in case of there being an incident on track and so forth. Lewis Kumar now starts his fast lap here. We're gonna stay with him as he takes it through Abbey. Farm, looking pretty fast there through Farm as he breaks for the left-hander of Village. And now enters the loop. Aintree, oh, he takes it too wide and Aintree, he's got to hold that car. He does manage to hold that car together. But that, I'm telling you, that's pretty scary even for sim racing, especially if you're trying to get a good lap in. You don't want that car to be doing that under you. It's nerve-wracking, to be honest. Yeah, he's gonna have to bin that lap there. Let's see who else is on a faster lap. We've got Tyreek Wilson also starting a faster lap. But Lewis Kumar going off track there, so the lap will be deleted. It wouldn't be counted. That's why we've chosen to come here now with Tyreek. He's going to post his first lap. First fast lap, that is. Tyreek Wilson has already managed to do a 2:02.191. I'm not sure how, when those tires are supposed to be cold. But these guys have been practicing. I mean, man. But I do believe they're racing against their practice time as well. As you can see, Lewis Kumar abandoning that lap right there. Tyreek Wilson heads into Stowe. As he exits club, he's looking to beat a 2:02.191. He touches the curb there. That's not good. That's not what you want. So he's got a 2-second deficit to that time, Tyreek. Lewis Kumar, though, is sitting in second place. John Green is not out on track yet. Azad is not there. Rahul is not there as well. Lewis is back in the pits. Oswin is on track. He was on his outlap actually, Oswin. He's cancelling it now. He's back in pits there. We've got Paul Juwenram we're running with right now coming out of club corner. Let's stay with Paul here in this Audi TT. See what he does. Heading into Abbey. Farm. Looking quite apprehensive going into farm actually. The loop he's running wide. Probably still needs a bit more heat into those tires, I bet. But let's see what his first sector split's going to be. That's pretty far actually. He's 1.5 seconds off actually. As 27 minutes is on the clock for qualifying. As we'll jump in car right now with him. Oh, not good views here actually. Unfortunately, that mod doesn't have good camera views on the in-car. I really wanted to see this section here of Maggots and Beckett's, how he handles it. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that. But we can see he's running it a bit wide there, coming out into entry of Beckett's. He's into Chapel now. Seems to be a little bit fast, but only the time can tell. He's about 2.5 seconds off, 2.6 seconds to be exact, of the fastest time through that sector. So he's not, this is not a fast lap to talk about just yet. Just want to say, if the first time you're joining us, welcome. We throw on these events every Saturday, and so far the community just continues to grow. The potential racers and racing base continues to grow. As we look at we stay with Paul here to look at the first split. See what's going to be. Ooh, he overshots into Village. Brings that car to a complete stop though. Got to get it off the line. Paul Ram. And he's going to head back into the pits area. But for now, let's see. We're riding on board with Lewis. If he can finally put this car together on a fast lap. He's got I think that is Ridwan giving him away there. Ridwan maybe not on a faster lap, so he's going to put Lewis in the position. Lewis looks very smooth coming out of entry. Ooh. Behind him, that guy getting all messed up. But Lewis Kumar though is 4 seconds off the fastest time, unfortunately. Maybe he's still on his he doesn't have a qualifying setup, but he's just going to run times right now. I must make mention that Lewis Kumar is also on a controller and not a rig. Rig meaning a steering wheel and pedal setup. He's still that 4-second deficit. Actually, that 4-second deficit coming down by 2/10. Through Maggots and Beckett's. Looking smooth. Hitting all the apexes the way he should. Coming out of Chapel now. Looks pretty fast. I want to believe that this lap has been deleted. That's why you're not seeing it being counted. And he runs it off of Club Corner, unfortunately. We're right with Ridwan now, as he's going to put together a lap now. He was behind Lewis Kumar. He is behind Lewis Kumar. He's got this he's got a little work to do with this Lexus here. As you can see him understeering a lot through Club Corner. How's he through Abbey? Looking good, Ridwan through Abbey. That's what you want. You don't want to go too wide out there on Abbey in order to set up Village right here. And it looks like he's got Village in the bag. Connecting it with Loop and 8-3. Oh, he slows down way too much. He makes a mistake there, Ridwan. And I don't think we can look forward to a fast lap there from Ridwan. Azad Hassan is now on his out lap going down to Wellington straight behind Ridwan. He's also riding an Lexus RCF. Too many gears down there, Azad. We'll come back to Azad. Who else is on track? We've now got a John Green showing his face on track. John Green riding in the BMW Z4. What a beautiful sounding car, isn't it? This seems to be his out lap, so we'll come back to John Green. He goes wide there actually. Roger did that as well. Take the opportunity here to acknowledge some of our new followers. We've got Shane Seabrand. Welcome, Shane. We've got Satish Ramasar, sorry. Welcome. We've got Randy Can, welcome. Roy Bacchus, welcome. And if it's your first time here, guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to CSR, our third official event. I'll just ask you guys to just share the screen if you haven't already. Roger seems to know he's heading into the pit section. And he's going to cut it out right there and just jump into the pit. Now we ride with Paul Jirenram. Now he's completing that lap that we were talking about. Paul, I want to see what he does now. He's sitting second position actually, but 3 seconds down. So he that was his outlap. So he's now on a fast lap. Paul Jirenram. He's got someone exiting the pit in front of him. I think that's Raymond Seabaran in his Honda NSX GT3. And I hope Raymond stays out of the way of Paul's fast lap here. Yes, he does. Great work there by Raymond Seabaran.
All right.
And Paul has not been able to better his time through the first sector there, running 3 seconds down. Thanks to Javid Bacchus for following us. Go ahead, Javid, and share the stream for us, please. Right, where is his second split as he comes into Maggots and Beckett's, Paul Jirenram? We've got 18.5 minutes left on the clock. Looking quite smooth there through Maggots and Beckett's. Now into Chapel. Down Hanger Straight. He's now 5 seconds off, so he increased that time. I'm not sure what he's doing with his setup or what's going wrong. Welcome Chet Patrick Singh to the stream. Okay, see Paul Jirenram here coming out of Club Corner. Down International Pit Straight to finish with a 2:08.186. Not able to better his time there, Paul. But he is sick. He is sitting in second position. I'd like to get to Raymond Seabaran now. Should be on a fast lap, but we don't see that coming up right quick. That was on his outlap behind Paul as he enters the loop here. Raymond is also another guy that was on a controller and has since upgraded to a real wheel and pedal setup, which we here call a sim rig, or I'd like to say a semi rig, because he does not have a cockpit. As he enters Woodcut though, in that Honda NSX, he looks pretty smooth, using up all he can on this track. He enters Cops, sorry. Where is he on Cops? Beautiful exit on Cops. Heads into Maggots and Beckett's now. Looking pretty good on entry. Midway through it, seems to be holding that line. And while this is going on, Azad Hassan has posted a third place time of 2:04 or 2:05 actually. Back to Raymond Seabaran as he enters Stowe. Paul Jirenram also there now in 5th position, unfortunately. Green posting a 2:01.968 as well. to take first position. Nasir also posting a position to take top three. So Raymond Seabrand is now going to have second position with a 202.029. Beautifully done there by Raymond. And he continues going. We'll check back with him in a bit. Man, he's 600ths off of John Green's time. John Green's 201. Where's John? Right here. Let's see if he betters that time. Yes, he does. By 400ths of a second. To put now the pressure on Raymond Seabrand, who has to find a 1/10 of a second to claim pole. Rahul Nasir comes out of the pits. He's sitting in 4th position. He's got a 1.4 second deficit. We'll come back to him in his fast lap. We're looking at Roger Deodat now, sitting in 8th position. 6 seconds off the pace. I'm not sure he's running a qualifying setup though, Roger. Tyreek Wilson's back in the pits. That's me. Here we have Azad Hassan posting his the sixth best time so far. And we'll probably follow Azad on a lap around Silverstone GP as he exits Club Corner. What will be his time posted here? Does he better it? No, he does not. That's actually his out lap. So he's now going to start a fast lap here. I'm not seeing a split yet from him, but we are going to stick with him as Lewis Kumar goes 5th fastest with a 204.656. Time is running down, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting on to crunch time. You can see a lot of the guys now on track. For those asking the stand-ins, you can see the top left-hand corner. I know it's just a 3-letter name. But if you follow the post on our group, which is the Caribbean Sim Racers group, you'll see our lineup for today, and you'll be able to follow who those names. Oh, Azad's gonna have to delete that lap. That's definitely not the race course. And he was looking very fast there as he came out of Cops. But now we're gonna head on over to Ridwan Aziz. Ridwan is actually sitting in 9th position. He's 13 seconds down. I'm not sure what's wrong with Ridwan as he's exiting Beckett's here in his Lexus RCF. Paul Ram is in 8th position? No, that's not correct. He's actually in 7th position. This is one of our new guys here, Oswin Wilson. He's been able to get that he's not been able actually to get this GTR registered, and he's having all types of issues coming out of Cops there as he comes down into Maggots and Beckett's. It's the only GTR on this event as he exits Chapel. I'd just like to say again that we do have a glitch with these special livery cars where the songs aren't there. It's the way the liveries were created, unfortunately, so that's why we can't get sound out of this GTR at the moment. But this lap is definitely not his fastest lap so far. He's actually not been able to post one for qualifying just yet. This is the beginning of one though. Hopefully he keeps it together. Actually, he does post a lap there. It shows him now in 5th position. Wow. He's kept it together there, Oswin Wilson, in that GTR to claim 5th position over Lewis Kumar. And Azad Hassan, Paul Juwenram struggling quite a lot in that Audi TT. He's now back in the pits, probably to check his setup again. Roger Deodath in 9th position. And we then have Ridwan Aziz in 10th. Starting though the field as we approach the 10-minute mark to countdown is John Green with a 2:01.565. Then we have Raymond Sibaran off with a 2:01.9, about that's a 2:02 actually. Next in line is Tyreek Wilson as we continue riding here with Oswin Wilson. I'm not sure if there's any relation. Then there's Rahul Nasir sitting in 4th position. Oswin Wilson sitting there in 5th position. Louis Kumar in 6th. Azad Hassan in 7th. Paul Juranram in 8th. Roger Deodat in 9th. And Ridwan Aziz in 10th. I don't believe I've seen Ridwan practice during this week. So that's why he's struggling that much. We've also heard Roger Deodat complain of a headache, unfortunately, but he's still pushing through to try and compete here with us. We really appreciate that. Oswin, not better in his time there as he pulls off track, and he's going to bounce back into the pits. As the time counts down, we've got Paul here in all sorts of issues, just not getting that Audi TT to sit under him. Roger Deardat here in 9th position. Raymond Sibaran is back on it, ladies and gentlemen. Can he better John Green here? He's off by 0.4 of a second. Let's see him finish this lap. I'm not sure if it's on his out lap or not. Oh, he's not been able to better that time. We'll come back to him in a bit. I want to see who else is on track real quick right now. We've got Ridwan, recovered Ridwan already. Rahul Nasir, I want to take a look at Rahul. He's got a glitch there where the sparks are just flying tremendously, and he loses it at Brooklands. He's off the track. I think that setup is not going to work there, Nasir. Can get back to the Ridwan there. Paul, Roger, where is Raymond as he goes into Brooklands now himself? I'd like to see where he places himself here in his Honda NSX. We're approaching the 7-minute mark. It's Raymond Sibaran enters Maggots and Beckett's now. Looking pretty fast, actually. As he comes down Hangar Street, he's 0.4 off the pace. He's not going to be able to cop that pole position here. We're approaching crunch time. Crunch time for me is 5 minutes left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. And these guys are scrambling. We've got Green sitting pretty in 1st position. He doesn't think he needs to go out back. But Sibaran goes faster. Sibaran goes faster in that last sector to take pole position now with a 2:01.466. 0.09 of a second off of John Green's best pole time. So now Raymond Sibaran is sitting in pole with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. He wants to better his time again. We're going to stay with Raymond again. He goes even faster in the first sector. 3/10 up on his fastest time, ladies and gentlemen. Raymond Seaburan is flying in this Honda NSX. What is his position? Where is he going to be at? He's already taken pole away from John Green. We're coming down to crunch time. 5 minutes approaching on the clock. Raymond Seaburan, where is his second sector time? He looks pretty smooth here. Into cops. Ooh, a little bit oversteer. Where's that second sector time? I'm waiting for it as he enters Maggots and Beckett's. I hope he doesn't. He's a little bit oversteery now, Raymond. But he's got a 126.951 to better. Where is he on that? Oh, he's down. He lost a lot of time there. Almost 7/10 of a second in that second sector. As you can see, his rear is sliding a lot. Ooh, right there. A lot of oversteer he's getting. Let's see what happens though in this final sector. I don't think he can be able to improve it in his final sector. Where is John Green? Is John Green? He is now on the track. We're going to follow John Green to see what this lap is going to produce for him in his BMW Z4. We're in crunch time. It's 4 minutes down on the clock. We've got guys switching it up though down the line. We've got Paul Juwenram is now up to 5th position. He's managed to hold that Audi TT under him quite well. Where is he at in the first sector split? He's down 1.7 seconds though off the fastest time. Where's that relate in terms of the other guys on the track though? He's got Rahul Nasir in front of him. Ooh, a little bit too much oversteer there. Let's hop back to John Green. I can't see sector split from him. Yes, there's two Wilsons. There's an Oswin Wilson and a Tyreek Wilson. Ooh, John slides it through. Coming out of Beckett's. Chapel now. I can't imagine someone's trying to call me while I'm doing a stream. How rude of them. And actually this person knows I'm doing a stream. John Green though, we're looking at him on this lap. He might have lost time as he is approaching Club Corner. He might have lost time, sorry, through Beckett's as he slid that car through, but he exits Club Corner. Where is he going to put this BMW Z4? Actually, he now begins his fast lap. And he's already off the track. John Green is already off the track. Seaburan is back in the pits. I don't think this time is going to be registered here from John Green. Where is Tyreek Wilson? Tyreek actually bettered all of us. Well, not all of us, except for John Green during practice, during the week. But where is he now? In terms of time, he's 7/10 down off the guys in front of him, which are Raymond Seaburan and John Green. Time is coming down here, folks. This is how we might end up. Tyreek Wilson is in third. This is where we might end up as Tyreek abandons that lap. He's back in the pit area. Let me get to someone else that is on track. Rahul Nasir is in 4th position. He's almost a second off of these faster guys. This is definitely though a learning experience maybe for him. One minute to go in qualifying. As we stick with Rahul Nasir, he's running that a tad bit wide, I'd say. But he might be setting it up for something he prefers here in Luffield. Maybe on his exit. Oh, it's too much. That car is skittish. Into Woodcut. He goes. A little bit too much oversteer. With the Lamborghini Huracan GT3.
All right.
And he runs it wide there at Cops. On the exit of Cops. I'm not sure he's going to be on a faster lap here, Rahul. But we're going to stay with him as he comes through Maggots and Beckett's. So it's Tyreek Wilson that is in the third position. That's the Wilson that is in third position there to answer Tyrell Fraser's question. If you've got a question, go ahead and post it. I must mention though, we're streaming from two different places. We're streaming from SP Media and we're also streaming from Adults Gaming. I'm answering the question under Adults Gaming's stream. So go ahead and look for Adults Gaming. If you'd like for me to see your questions, post them there as Rahul completes his lap. Unfortunately, not enough, and that's it for qualifying. Nasir actually betters his time. Takes it
Can
up.
somebody help me with something, please? Anybody here?
Raymond's asking for some help here.
Yeah, go ahead, speak.
How much fuel? Like, is it a mandatory pit stop still?
Yes, it is.
And like, how much? I don't know. I never tested the fuel. How much I should add back as the average?
You gotta know which car you're driving. Maybe
I drive
somebody
the
who driving
Honda.
somebody who driving the Honda similar to you might be able to advise. 'Cause every car got different thing.
I know what to do.
Raymond is in
If you
all
go right now
types
to your
of
setup and go
problems
to your
right
fuel,
now.
they would give you an
Uh-huh.
average in terms of laps or how much minutes.
It's showing me. Hold on. You mind helping me, please?
No,
It's
no,
showing
go
me
ahead.
it's showing me fuel. I running 30 liters. They're running me 14.3 laps.
14.3 and your laps is 2 minutes 2 minutes a lap. So you need to do the calculation. It can be 4 to 5 minutes.
The 30 liters around me about near half an hour.
Near half an hour.
So I'm gonna
So-
throw like half back in.
Yeah, maybe 20 liters additional if this you tell me. Can carry to the
Yeah.
next 50 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
bro.
what you need to also remember, Raymond, is in the pit stop, right? You're gonna top off. You need to set your pit stop preset in your setup. So go to your.
I just did it. It's
Okay,
not
good.
Yeah, I set the preset
Make
one.
sure it's saved. Everybody make sure that you have your pit stop set to your preset in your car setup. So when you enter the pits, you will automatically choose that setting, and those effects will be changed. Sorry, those changes will be in effect. Okay, make sure you do that now. You've got 1 minute to complete that. All right, folks. Raymond Seabrand scrambling to get the right setup going in terms of his fuel. As we have
Good
30
luck, everybody.
seconds left on the clock to get racing here today.
Same to you, man.
Right, let's recap. Raymond Seabrand takes pole position with a 201.466. John Green behind him with a 201.565. Rahul Nasir sitting in third. Grabbed that at the last moment with a 202.111. Tyreek Wilson with a 202.191. Paul Juanram 204, coming back with all those problems he had, Paul, grabbing fifth position. And so you can rewind and get those views there as we're now on the grid. Get in a nice position here to view the start of the race. I want to make sure that I also am out of the way when this race gets started. Unfortunately, I will be on the grid, and I'm not supposed to be on the grid.
Guys, you have to put back on your mic for the race. Alright, good luck.
Right, we're ready to go here. The lights are about to come on in Caribbean Sim Racer's third official event. The lights are on, all lights are on. And they're off. The race is off, ladies and gentlemen. Raymond Seabrand with the whole shot. As we got him entering the first corner, Abby. Behind him is Paul. Oh, there's a lot of trouble down the line here. If we can get to the guys. Someone's had it coming together. First, Rahul runs it off course, unfortunately. But then Oswin Wilson as well. Is now had a spin off, unfortunately. Let's head up back though. Raymond Seabrand with the whole shot so far. Tyreek Wilson takes second position over from John Green, but he fights back John Green as now he's on the outside of left field. He's on the dirty part of the track, but now he should have a good drive coming out on the exit of left field. John Green. Tyreek Wilson has got John Green behind him right now. As we ride along with John Green, looking ahead. Where are the rest of the guys? Lewis Kumar has taken it up to 4th position. He's taken those positions away after falling back in qualifying. We can look down the field now. Where's Paul Juvenram as well? He's sitting there in 5th position. Roger Deodat in his NSX is coming up behind Paul Juvenram. He runs it wide though, Roger. Rahul taking that car off course as he couldn't complete maggots. We've also got Ridwan Aziz coming under pressure now from Oswin Wilson. Takes that over from Ridwan Aziz and away from Rahul Nasir. Azad Hassan as well coming up into 9th position. Let's hop back over to the top as Tyreek is challenging. Oh no, there's a car on the track. Gotta have the car off the track real quick. Sorry about that, fellas. Where are we back? Want to get back up to Raymond Seabrand. He's got that. Ooh, look at this. John Green on the inside of Tyreek Wilson. Tyreek is going to have to watch for John Green. Raymond Seabrand pushes it over. These three guys are having a good fight here today. As John Green goes in the lead, ladies and gentlemen, Raymond Seabrand is now back into 3rd position. Tyreek Wilson has got to watch him though. He's coming back for him. Oh, Raymond is all out of shape into Brooklyn's. But Tyreek has forgotten about him. Tyreek is actually looking ahead. He wants John Green. He can't let John Green go too far ahead. As we staying with Tyreek Wilson at the moment. Where is Raymond Seabrand? He's right behind him. He's got a little bit of deficit to worry about though. He's opening. He's all out of shape here in that Honda NSX GT3 as they enter Maggots and Beckett's. Seems as though Raymond has fallen off, and he's falling off sharply. They've got a Lewis Kumar coming behind them though. They got to watch for as well. As let's take it up to Tyreek Wilson. I want to see what's going on with Tyreek Wilson. John Green moving out of the way in order to close the slipstream from him. We take a ride on board with Tyreek Wilson now. John Green running that car really well into Vale. As Tyreek Wilson has managed to close the gap to John Green. Coming out of club, where are they? Tyreek Wilson is on the line with John Green as he goes up on the outside of John Green. He doesn't make it stick though. John fighting back. Gonna cut back across. Tyreek's got a lot of work to do, and John has got a lot of work to do in defending this position. He's trying his best, John Green, Tyreek taking it up on the leg. While these two are fighting though, Raymond Seabrand is managing to close the gap. Tyreek making a mistake, takes it off track as Raymond Seabrand comes up behind him to capitalize on that mistake. As we ride now with Raymond Seabrand, he's going to try and move on the inside. No, he's not. Instead, both of them make mistakes. Raymond Seabrand and Tyreek Wilson. Raymond falling back, way back though, off the line. Oh no, he's losing out. Meanwhile, John Green has been given a go-ahead to increase the lead to a 1.5 deficit. These three have already increased the lead over the rest of the field by 11 seconds. Lewis Kumar heading that head of the field in 4th position, doing pretty well here for his 3rd time out at CSR. We've got Roger Deodat as well, doing pretty well in 5th position, but he has an Oswin Wilson in that Black Demon GTR coming up behind him. He's challenging him now for the position actually as they enter Maggots. Ooh, Roger Deodat breaking a little too much there for Oswin, as Oswin now is on the outside. Does he make it stick? No, he doesn't. Roger Deodat holding his own there. For the first time, he's up on the better half of the field. Roger Deodat in his Honda NSX, and he's holding it together against a Charger and Oswin Wilson. We'll go in now with Oswin. Let's try and get a better view here. I'm watching the timing board here, and I'm also watching down the line to see who is having a fight, who's having to go with who. Right now we've got this. Where are the other guys down the field though? From Oswin Wilson, we've got Azad Hassan 4 seconds away. Someone's already in the pits. Who's already in the pits? I can't see. It's not being recorded actually. As we can see, Raymond Seabrand has pulled it together as he enters Brooklands. These guys have got John Green opening the gap here. Ooh, Tyreek Wilson runs it wide, gives Raymond Seabrand the opportunity to close that gap, and he does. Raymond Seabrand, he seems as though he's coming even faster now. He's right up into Cops, heading into Cops. We'll take her right along with them. It seems as though Raymond though does not want to cause an issue with these cars, so he's slowing down way more than he should. But not to worry, because there's a lot of time left on the clock, as well as the factor of that pit stop strategy coming into play. They've got to watch their tire degradation. They've got to watch their fuel consumption. And there's a lot more time left in this race. As we're sticking it here with Raymond Seabrand, these three have actually managed to increase the lead now over the rest of the pack, which is being led by Lewis Kumar, a lonesome Lewis Kumar here, who is 16 seconds away from these guys, but holding his own in 4th position. We'll hop back over now. Roger Deodat has got a train building behind him in 5th position. He's got Oswin Wilson in that black Nissan GTR, followed by Azad Hassan in his Lexus RCF. Further down from that though, we'll have Rahul Nasir coming and closing the gap actually with his Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Paul Gironram, something has happened to Paul in this Audi TT. He's now sitting in 9th position. I do believe he's getting all out of shape with his tires, unfortunately. He's got a little bit more to wait though before the pit is open to accept him. Ridwan Aziz taking the shorter end of this stick, as he's not been able to qualify or practice for the... Oh my god, there's been a change of things, as Oswin Wilson seemed to have come into a contact for some reason. As up the field we've got Rahul Nasir fighting with Azad Hassan now. Take it in with Rahul Nasir on the inside of Azad Hassan. He's now on the outside going into left field. Can he make that stick though? No. Where am I going with this? Okay, I'm back up to the field. Sorry about that. Pushing wrong buttons here. As the fight intenses, we ride with Nasir. As Nasir goes on the inside of Raymond Seabaran. Azad Hassan. No. Roger Deodat makes a mistake, goes off track, loses that 2 position, 3 position down. Now Rahul Nasir fights with Azad Hassan here for 5th position. Azad holding his own though, exiting Beckett's. Let's get back to the right camera angle here. That Lamborghini is not letting that Lexus up. As I watch the leaderboard to see if we have... He's on the inside. He's on the inside, Rahul. Can he make this stick? He does. He does make it stick as he takes 5th position, Rahul. Brings that car up to 5th position. As I'd imagine, Azad Hassan now behind him made a mistake. He's making all sorts of mistakes there. He takes it wide, but we can hear Roger Deodat trying to bring up the rear of these guys. They crossed the line there. 5th, 6th, and 7th. Oswin Wilson is now going to try and get the better of Azad Hassan in his Kunos Art GTR. This is an interesting race. Now the pit window is open. The pit window is open for 18.5 minutes left in this time. Well, where are the strategies? How will they take place? As we look at Oswin Wilson close the gap to Azad Hassan. It's just right on board. Azad makes a mistake, goes wide off of Brooklyn's. No, they both do actually, but Oswin Wilson keeping it together long enough to take that position. Azad Hassan, it seems as though he's been all type of problems now with that Lexus, unfortunately. But I want to see where Raymond Seabaran has now closed that gap to John Green, and Tyreek goes into the pit. The first one to go in is Tyreek Wilson. Let's see how long he'll take here. Tyreek, we're watching him. John Green goes the fastest with 2:01. Whoa! Raymond Seabaran with a response right away with a 2:01.971. These guys are throwing it on now because they're going to have to increase that in-lap time to get a perfect pit stop going. Tyreek Wilson in the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot see what he's going to change, but Louis Kumar takes over 3rd position. He goes 2:06.262 on that last lap. I'd like to see how these strategies are going to work out. Tyreek Wilson taking a long pit stop, it seems, because he's coming early. He's going for a longer stint. He's going to try and make these tires last probably as well, as he's been relegated to 5th position. Rahul Nasir going up to 4th position, but they've all got to make a stop. Tyreek Wilson might have the better strategy coming out of this, but he is in a different car. There's 2 other cars with him. Two other players actually with the same car that is ahead of him, in the name of Raymond Seabaran and Louis Kumar, that are running different strategies. I'd like to see how that strategy will take place. Where is John Green though? John Green is now running 5 seconds ahead of Raymond Seabaran. He is definitely trying to increase the lead over those behind him because he wants to make this pit stop count. John Green quite apprehensive to choose that BMW Z4. He's not going to go into the pits this time around though. Raymond Seabaran behind him in the Honda NSX. Not going to go into the pits either. I think he wants to close this gap a little bit more. I don't even think he has it sorted, Raymond, as he just barely got the correct fuel in his car at the end of at the end of qualifying, that is. Now he crosses the line at 2:04. He's going slower than John Green. Where's John Green? He's in Village. Where are the rest of the guys down the field? So we ride with Lewis Kumar here, entering Club Corner. He too does not take the pit as yet. Rahul Nasir not going as well. Where is Tyreek Wilson? He already made his position. Claire entering that pit early. Right, so let's get back to the racing here. Nasir is in 4th position. He's got to stop. Lewis Kumar has also got to stop. Raymond Seabrand and John Green are all out there needing to do a pit stop. Meanwhile, Tyreek Wilson, as we ride along with here, as Azad Hassan goes into the pit, and he is relegated to 9th position right now. A very long pit stop here for Azad Hassan. He gets it on the way though. In his Lexus RCF, he's the second one to hit that pit window. In his Lexus RCF. John Green opening that gap once more. Another 6 seconds on the clock for him. Not another 6 seconds. He's now opened it to 6 seconds. He's got to be mindful, as I think Raymond Seabrand. No, he's not. I thought he entered the pits there. Lewis Kumar coming down the hanger straight, bringing up the head of the remaining of the field here, as Green and Seabrand are taking it. As we enter Club's corner with Lewis Kumar in his Honda NSX GT3 car. He exits Club at a 2:06.416. If he can manage to keep those times together, manage those tires and his fuel, I wonder where he'll be put as against the Tyreek Wilson, who we're running with now in the same exact car, but definitely different strategies, as Tyreek Wilson has already pitted for the time being for the time of, I think it was 12 minutes or so from when the pit window was open, as of 10 minutes into this race. He's got a Rahul Nasir in front of him, who has yet to pit. Lewis Kumar, Raymond Seabrand, and John Green all needing to pit. John Green though is falling off the pace as someone is off the track there. Ridwan Aziz giving way to John Green. Ridwan is now down 1 lap. He's not been able to practice. Well, that's what you get when you don't get to practice, guys. John Green, does he bring it in now? He's definitely losing time because he's down 5 seconds now. No, he doesn't. He's going for the long haul and maybe a sprint to the end. We don't know, so don't be afraid if you see him being passed here. I just hope he's managing that quite well. Raymond Seabrand though, bringing it up here in 2nd position. He is now 6 seconds away from John Green. John seemed to have opened that lap, but these two guys have got to be able to manage these tires pretty well for them to stay out that long. There's 11 minutes, 10 seconds left for the pits to be open. For the remaining of the pits, sorry. Yes, there's a time limit to the pits, so it makes your strategy even a little bit more challenging. As it is right now, it's a strategy game. Let's go down the order. We've got John Green sitting in his BMW Z4, 5.6 seconds ahead of Raymond Seabaran in his Honda NSX car. Lewis Kumar, 39, almost 40 seconds down from those two guys. But those two guys need to pit as well as Lewis does. So there's still a chance for Lewis to close that gap here if the strategies play out well. We've got a changing of lead as Tyreek finally challenges Rahul for that 4th position. So Tyreek is the only one, the first person to have made a pit stop so far as Rahul slides that car through the beginning of Brooklands. So we got Tyreek now claiming 4th position. He does not have any more stops, I believe, through the remainder of this race, which is 24 minutes and 44 seconds. There's a change of lead. There's a change of position down the line as Oswin Wilson takes 7th position from Paul Jewenram. The only other person I've seen pit here, John Green pits. John Green is in the pit, ladies and gentlemen, as Raymond Seabaran is going to take over 1st position. Where does he stand though? There's 9 minutes and 20 seconds, Raymond Seabaran, for him to pit. He goes fastest with a 2:01.765, so he's definitely going to be concentrating. Sorry. We're with John. We're sitting with John Green right now. But Raymond Seabaran now leads this race. Once again, after taking pole in qualifying, Raymond Seabaran with his on the NSX still needs to pit. John Green though has pitted and is now leaving the pit exit. Where does he come out? He's still in 2nd position. Tyreek Wilson, this is where Tyreek needed to better his time and take it to Green, Kumar, and Raymond Seabaran, but he's only so far managed to pass Rahul. We can see him there at the backs and in the background as we ride along with John Green. Raymond Seabaran yet to pit. I'm thinking the time deficit is around 10, I would say about 30 seconds from the time you enter the pits to the ending. So it's gonna be straight out war when Raymond Seabaran pits. These 3 guys we're watching, Raymond Seabaran, John Green, and Tyreek Wilson, are giving us a battle here today. Coming along in the mix is Lewis Kumar as he heads the next pack, sitting in 3rd position right now. But after everyone would have taken their pit stops, he should be in 4th. Behind them sits a Rahul Nasir that needs to pit. We ride along now with him in his Lamborghini Huracan. Behind him is Roger Deodat, managing to keep things together here as he enters Brooklands. Who has he got behind him? Oswin Wilson, who is being challenged by Paul Jewenram. We're gonna jump in. Oh no, I forgot. There's no good in-car views from Paul as he loses it. He's facing the other way on this circuit, and he's got to get off the racing line. Unfortunately, Paul is having all sort of issues here. That's the wrong way, Paul. He's going to try and watch, see if anyone's coming behind him. Want to stay off that racing line. He does. As Azad Hassan now takes him over. Ooh, I'm so sorry for Paul. Winning the last race here, last event here that was held by CSR. Seems to be in all sorts of problems with that Audi TT. As we got guys posting times here, left, right, and center. We got a Kumar with a Tyreek Wilson coming up behind him. John Green, 13 seconds now behind Raymond Seabaran as against 30 seconds, or 34 seconds when I last left them. Roger Deodat is in the pits, followed by Oswin Wilson. These two are running similar strategies, it seems. Can Oswin better Roger Deodat on the out of this pit here that they are on? Pretty slow. Let's see if we can time it here. I think it's about 10 seconds so far on the clock. Roger Deodat is ahead of Oswin Wilson. But it depends. Did Oswin choose to change just tires? As Azad Hassan now crosses the line to take 6th and 7th position. Move them up into 6th, sorry. Jiren Ram is also in the pits. Oswin Wilson is moving off the line. Roger Deodat has already left the pits. And he's in 7th position with a Azad Hassan in front of him, who has already pitted, I might add. So this is another fight that we've got on our hands here. Azad Hassan, Roger Deodat, Oswin Wilson, and Paul Jiwanram bringing up the field. Also between them is Lewis Kumar, who loses it in Stowe. I think he might be heading into the pits now though, Lewis, as Rahul Nasir does enter the pits. Yes, Lewis Kumar enters the pits behind him. This is the 4th and 5th position we're looking at now. Tyreek Wilson crosses the line in 3rd position. He's got a lot of work. He's got John Green in front of him. He needs to catch up. Raymond Seabrand still to pit as we're looking at coming down to Wellington Street. He's got John Green behind him, 11 seconds away. John Green is going to retake the lead of this race after Raymond Seabrand pits. But the strategy comes down to the closing minutes of this race. Lewis Kumar in the pits. Nasir leaving the pits ahead of Lewis Kumar. Tyreek Wilson and John Green have already pitted. Raymond Seabrand with an 11-second lead above John Green needs to pit. And he needs to pit soon. He's just got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock before the pit window closes. And once that window closes, he's going to be disqualified, unfortunately, for not having done his mandatory pit stop. So let's get back up to speed here. We're riding with Tyreek Wilson entering Maggots and Beckett's. You can see the lead deficit there between him and John Green. Unfortunately, he looks like he's struggling. John Green, having a good composure here, is sitting in the 1st position of this race. Is sitting in the lead of this race. 18 minutes left on the clock. 3 minutes left for pit window to close. Raymond Seabrand still not pitting. Raymond Seabrand, he's taking it all the way to the end of the wire. He needs to pit soon, as he laps Paul Jiwanram. We're looking at John Green now exiting Abbey into Farm. Tyreek Wilson still down ways in the international straight. He's still sitting for a podium position here though, Tyreek. Once he can keep that car together. These guys do look slower because they're running a different strategy. So at the closing minutes of this race, it's all gonna come alive. I think the only person left to pit is Raymond Seabrand, as we have seen John Green, Tyreek Wilson, Rahul has pit, Lewis has as well, Azad Hassan did, Roger Deodat as well, Oswin Wilson too did, and Paul Jiranram and Ridwan Aziz as well, all having troubles here at the back of the pack, unfortunately. Taking it back, Oswin Wilson here in his GTR is quite away from Roger Deodat, sitting in 7th position here in his Honda NSX. But he's got Azad Hassan in front of him. If you can try and close that gap to Azad, coming down to the end of the race. These guys are now running with different fuel setups, of course, and it's going to make the car a lot more heavier. Lewis Kumar here sitting in 5th position. I think if he can get up to Rahul, it doesn't seem so, as Rahul, you can see in the background there, has already completed Brooklands. We've got 50 seconds left on the clock. Raymond is not pitting. He's going to suffer a penalty and lose this race. Unfortunate for Raymond Seabrand. not completing his mandatory pit stop in time. 30 seconds left on the clock before the pit closes. John Green is going to take the lead of this race when that happens. Tyreek Wilson is sitting nice and pretty for a second position. Rahul Nasir will be elevated to third. And Lewis Kumar heading the remainder of the field in fourth. No one is quite close to anyone at the moment, as this strategies has all placed everyone away from each other. But there's still another opportunity coming down to the closing minutes of this race to witness some more action. Raymond Seabaran, unfortunately, is going to be suffering a penalty as he did not pit. Yes, he does know that it's mandatory. What I don't know if he knows is if there's a time period involved. Raymond Seabaran missed our drivers meeting. Unfortunately, might have to suffer for that. "14 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Less than half this race remains. I think what's going to happen is he is definitely going to be able to complete this race, but then be relegated. If not, we will take it upon ourselves as stewards to do so. A mandatory pit stop is just that. He still has time to take that pit stop. We can see his tires suffering there as he slides that car. We're going to head over to John Green, who is 12 seconds away. John Green now exiting village and into the loop. In his BMW Z4, Tyreek Wilson now enters village in his Honda NSX. He's got a Paul Ram struggling in an Audi TT in front of him. Rahul Nasir is in Club Corner now, exiting Club Corner actually. Wow, Rahul is way down on the field as he's now crossing the line here in his Lamborghini Huracan GT3. We do have a glitch now we're experiencing with these cars where you're not getting songs for them, unfortunately, because this car's song's amazing. After him, we've got Lewis Kumar sitting in 5th position in his Honda NSX. Doing pretty well here for his 3rd time out at CSR. And managing to hold that together. Behind him is Azad Hassan, who is now coming across the line here, International Pit Straight, in his Lexus RCF, also bettering from his previous adventures here with CSR. A lot of understeer from that car, it seems. Not getting those cars set up in time. And if you see the cars twitching like that, it means that these guys are on controllers. They're not on rigs, which are the wheel and pedal setup. Raymond Seabaran pits. Unfortunately, it's too late for him. John Green takes the lead from him. Whatever strategy Raymond was running, I'm not sure, but he now enters the pit. Tyreek Wilson takes 2nd position, as he should. Raymond is still sitting in the pit, as you can see here. I'm not even sure if he's able to get back out. Suffering from a mandatory pit stop. Sorry, not able to claim that mandatory pit stop time frame. And running a different strategy altogether on his own. Indeed, he might not know that it was a mandatory pit stop with a time limit, but he did miss the drivers and competitors meeting, unfortunately. Nasir passes him, goes up into third position in his Lamborghini Huracan. Raymond Seabrand not out of pits yet. He might be disqualified. He might be seeing that on his screen right now. Lewis Kumar passes him for fourth position. Still not out of the pits yet. Azad Hassan might as well come ahead. Yes, he's leaving clubs to pass Raymond Seabrand. It's quite unfortunate. There goes Azad up into fifth position. Roger Deodat and Oswin Wilson will do the same. Nope, that car's not moving. I think he's been disqualified. Roger Deodat crosses the line. Now into sixth position. That car looks pretty banged up. I wonder what troubles Roger has been getting into. But that car is scratched beyond repair, I'd say. Just buy a whole new car and done. Oswin Wilson takes over. As we have John Green lapping boys left, right, and center here with a 16-second deficit. John Green was actually quite apprehensive about his BMW Z4 against these Honda NSXs. He said these cars were actually faster than him. Yep, Raymond Seabrand not able to come out of the pits. He's been disqualified for missing the pit window, and unfortunately will suffer a loss in this race. As we go back to John Green here, about to lap Oswin Wilson, coming down to crunch time. We've got 3 minutes to crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. It's all spaced out now, but as the strategies unfold, we'll see where these guys end up. Roger Deodat in sixth position there. You see him entering, exiting Beckett's. Oswin Wilson as well. John Green. They're going through Chapel now. As he approaches Oswin, we'll take a ride along with him. Oswin lets him by because the blue flags are waving on his screen. Oh, what's going on there? He almost loses it, actually, John Green. But this is definitely a race for the boys, it being their first pit strategy race. With it coming down to 7 minutes on the clock as we take a lap with John Green. Ooh, too much there into Village. Sorry, this is Village. Smooth adjustments on the steering wheel, as you can see. John Green has a sim rig. Well, semi-rig I'd call it, coming down the Wellington Straight here. He's got wheels and pedals. Unfortunately, Raymond Seabrand losing out on this race. I would have loved to see the strategy come into play, the closing laps of this race. Closing minutes of this race, actually, as we continue to ride on board here with John Green as he enters Cops, ripping that Cops real nice there. Stays in the mid of this circuit to capitalize on the time. Maggots, Beckett's, beautifully done. Oh, takes it on the grass there, but still keeps two wheels on the track. For those of you who might have joined me from the starting, he is allowed 2 wheels off of the track, but as soon as you go 4 wheels off, you suffer a penalty and will have to slow down. Some corners, however, do allow for all fours to be off. I think right here is one, without you suffering such a drastic time penalty, because you would have already lose time through that section. I don't think John is pushing anymore. Why should he? Just let the race come to you, I'd say. As we go on, head on over to Wilson. I'm not sure you guys can even hear me over this car, the Honda NSX GT3 car. As you can see, he's exiting club. Ooh, gets a little bit out of shape there, heading into Abbey. So what you're witnessing is a difference between a controller and a sim rig. John Green has a semi rig with the wheels and pedal setup, but does not have a cockpit. Tyreek Wilson is playing on a controller. That is why you'll see the steering wheel twitch the way it twitches. And sometimes he's prone to making a lot more mistakes. As you see him running wide there at Brooklands. And also here at Luffield. Woodcut looks clean. Well done there to Cops. Ooh, gotta watch for those gears there. Seems like he has a better line through Maggots and Beckett's to exit of Chapel, or Chapel, I think it is. He can see a John Green in front of him as he came down Hanger Street. You can see him there again. A lot of conservation is going on now into tires and fuel. Oh no, he messes that one up, takes it out of club corner. To complete his lap down International Pit Straight. We're riding with Rahul now. Nasir, he's one of the new guys. He's actually going to claim a podium here for his first race, which is pretty good by him. He's racing out of Canada, and he's got a full sim rig setup. For his first race, that's not a problem. He's got a lot to learn in terms of, as a matter of fact, I can't speak for the guy, to be honest. I think he's been involved in sim racing before, but I'm not sure if he's I'm not too sure how many races he's done in Assetto Corsa. Yep, there goes that glitch I was talking about. You can't hear the car, but you can definitely hear the track and its environment. Weird. As he completes his lap. Right now with Lewis Kumar, also on a controller. As he exits club, he's actually close to Rahul. Coming down here, there's only 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes actually left in this race, and this is how we're going to end it. Lewis making a mistake there. But if we can get up back to speed, let's see where everyone is. Green putting on, as apprehensive as he might have been, he's managed to put on 19 seconds to Tyreek Wilson. Tyreek and Raymond had a lot of fighting at the starting of this event. Raymond unfortunately missing the pit window and losing out on this race as he has been disqualified. This is Tyreek Wilson here. Rahul Nasir. Lewis Kumar is going to claim a very victorious 4th position. I'll tell you, we'll not hear the end of that. Azad Hassan though will bring up the rear in 5th position. Unfortunately, Roger Deardat has not been able to hold on to his 5th position. as he's got now Oswin Wilson catching up to him. Oswin might indeed take 6 away from Roger Deodat, as Paul Juanram unfortunately has lost out tremendously on this event, choosing to run the Audi TT and not getting probably enough track time with this car. After Paul Juanram, I want to keep an eye on these two though, Roger Deodat and Oswin Wilson. But after Paul Juanram, we've got Ridwan Aziz bringing up the rear, and then unfortunately Raymond has been let back out on track. Maybe his penalty was time based, but he's been led back out on track. And for the finishing of this race, we've got the leader on final lap. Coming down Hangar Straight is John Green to claim victory for the 3rd time in 4 events. Seems as though we're gonna have to do something to John to make him stop winning races. Somebody call you up your Monday. But John Green, ladies and gentlemen, as he crests Club Corner, takes the last apex, is going to go across the line for the 3rd time in 1st position, followed by Tyreek Wilson, who now crests apexes and exits in 2nd position. Rahul Nasir, for his first time joining us, is still a little ways away down, now entering Maggots and Beckett's. Unfortunately, the lap introduced by these 2 guys up front, it was 3 guys actually, including Raymond, was tremendous in speed, as they gained almost 1 minute and 2 minutes. Well, I'm seeing 1 minute, yes, 2 minutes is there on the board. 2 minutes lead over these guys. It's amazing. Rahul Nasir now bringing up 3rd position to close off the podium standings, as everyone's on their final lap here. Brilliantly raced by Rahul. His strategy came down to the end, unfortunately for Raymond Sibaran, playing into making a mistake in strategy, but Rahul goes ahead to claim 3rd position. Lewis Kumar, though, in 4th, is going to come in a very great position here. In 4th position, Azad Hassan has already crossed the line and completed in 5th. Roger Deodat same in his black NSX there. And Oswin Wilson is going to bring up the rear here in 7th position. Roger has managed to hold on amazingly to that position of 6th position. Sorry. Oswin Wilson now coming across, is entering Maggots and Beckett's here. Exton Chapel, Nissan GTR. Someone's doing donuts on the track. It's Sibaran. It's quite unfortunate what he did. He just popped the tire there now. But yes, bringing up the rear is Oswin Wilson, followed by Paul Juanram, Ridwan Aziz, and Raymond Sibaran. Quite unfortunate though. Quite unfortunate for what occurred here with some of these guys. But that's racing. That is racing.
Good race, Tyreek. To everyone. What happened to Raymond? It seemed like he had a good race there, but sorry.
Might as well stay here with the guys. Let them hear. Let's hear them talk.
Well, I think the guys are in the other channel. Let me get them over.
what happened is that they've been AFK so long that it put them in the emergency room.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand. I was trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just came out back. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, I was on the last lap and fuel ran out.
But you didn't get to complete the race.
No, I was like quarter of the last lap.
No, oh my guy. Sorry. So you end up bringing, let me see. So it was John, Tyreek, Rahul, Lewis, Azad. No, you bring 5th. It registered you as bringing 5th.
I guess the rest follow me this way. They ran out of fuel before, or maybe had some other problem.
Okay, cool. So then we had Roger coming in 6th, Oswin in 7th, 8th, and so on. Oswin, Paul during around. Paul, you had. Oh no, Paul's not here. He actually we lost communication with Paul over the weekend. He needs to get a new headset. But he was having a lot of issues too. Redwan too. I don't think Redwan had enough time to put in a good setup in his car. Where's everyone else? I'd like to know what happened to Raymond as well. Oswin, that was a pretty good race by you too. Yeah, Paul is saying he's had a lot of issues. It's unfortunate for him. As we'll wait some of these guys coming in here to talk with them.
So,
after that.
Story.
Yes, Tyreek.
I actually started the race with my qualified setup. Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Hey,
When
good
I
night, Ray.
went in the pits, I had
Stefan?
Yeah, give me a sec. Tyreek is saying something.
Yeah, I went in the race with my qualifying setup. When I went in the pits, I literally had 0 liters of fuel.
Yo, what's good race like? The whole race with a headache, boy. Oh god.
Raja, you see what I tell you? Still be chill.
Here now. Y'all keep it clean. We're still streaming. Let the fans know that that you want to time.
Hey, Azad, is you
listen. I'm speaking. Lewis, let me get my point over. I'm saying let the viewers know that you appreciated their viewership, right?
Of course.
And for them to join up with CSR and join these streams as they come online every Saturday, right? So I'm pretty sure you guys appreciate their joining us on the stream, right?
Absolutely.
Great, and hope that they stick on with us as we embark on our league and season races. Now, Lewis, you were saying, I know Tyreek had problems as well. Wow, this is amazing, Tyreek. I saw you come in force indeed into the pits. I'm thinking, wow, this guy is pretty early on his pit strategy. But he did manage to hold it together. Now, go ahead, Lewis, you were saying?
No, I'm saying it was a tight race at the start. Some people were slow and everything, and I think Azad is the person that jumped in the back. But I think I think there's a perfect example how you should handle the situation. I think both of us backed off, and I didn't know if he get back on the track, but there wasn't no harm.
I did. I waited until the end.
Oh, you wait until the end? Yeah. Well,
I kind of set him up.
I saw we had it.
Well.
Somebody spin me too on I think was a couple laps in. I think it's the Audi. I don't know who was driving the Audi.
It was only one person who had the Audi. It was Paul. So Paul is probably sorry. He's always sorry after that. So Paul was having a lot of issues actually with grip. I noticed.
Yeah, he qualified among the back.
Number one, I was racing with this headache, and at one point I was going to quit.
Oh, no, but it seems as though you hold it together, though. You bring up the field there.
Yeah, we appreciate the numbers.
Yeah,
and I appreciate people following me.
Indeed.
Me too.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We got a lot of stream today, a lot of viewers, which was really good. The race was good. I don't know what happened to Raymond. I thought
Well, I wanted
elaborate.
I wanted to ask you guys a question. I
he's
missed the
in here.
meeting. I missed the mandatory meeting because I was working. And was it mandatory to switch tires also?
Well, not only that, it was mandatory to stop within the time frame.
No, I did stop and refuel. I
No,
did.
no, no,
in
no,
the
no, no,
time
no, no,
frame.
no. Listen. Hey, what's up, Paul?
Uh-huh.
No, listen. The pit is open from 10 minutes to 35 minutes, and if you miss that time frame, right? Then I think that's why you were disqualified. It's a mandatory pit stop. No problem.
I did pit stop in the time frame, and then
No,
you
no,
kept
no.
saying
You pit stop
I did.
outside the time frame. Outside the time frame.
Yeah.
I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I pit stop a lap after John Green, so he pit stop at the right time.
No. You didn't pit stop after John Green.
Yes, I went a lap after John Green. I went in.
Then who
And
I
you
went
kept-
following around the track then?
I went back into the pit because my girlfriend came and tell me, Stefan keeps saying you can get disqualified.
Right, because you didn't cross.
I pit the lap after
we can
John
go.
Green.
Well, we can go watch the replay and see what happened because
Oh my lord!
according to what I was seeing, the time was dwindling down, and at 30 seconds you went for another lap.
After I saw John Green go in the pit, I pushed really hard the extra lap. I went in, I fueled up back, and I went back out. And I had a 12-second gap, and I was keeping it at 11 and 12 seconds from him. And then my girlfriend ran down. My girlfriend ran down telling me, Stefan keeps saying pit, Stefan. You can get disqualified. Oh, my brother even called me and said you can get disqualified. What are you doing? So, Stefan, what the hell?
Raymond,
not me.
I was running crew chief, and when you pitted, because it tell me that you pitted. When you pitted, the window was closed already.
But I pitted the lap after John Green, right after him.
I know when John pitted.
I was behind John. The second he went in, I pushed hard at one extra lap, and I went in right after.
I'm not sure.
And
What,
that whole pit lane timeout thing, after I came out the pit, it came off. The only reason I got that time was because I went back in the pit after the time was done, the second time.
So why did you go back the second
I think something happened for truth because when John pitted, right, and I come out, I didn't pit as yet.
When John
The
went
lap
in,
after I come in, I think
just
then I
hear this
pit.
one thing. When John went in, I swear to God, I pushed hard that extra lap just to open a little gap, and I went in right after. And then I don't know who Stefan kept shouting.
No, I think Raymond right for truth because when John pitted, right, Raymond was in front of me, and I always say, well, like Raymond and pitted because I was looking to inherit force. And then I still had like a lot of time.
Your appetite is big though.
My inheritance.
No, because John,
the lap
when I
after then I
came out the pit, John was, I kept at 11 and 12 second gap from John for like 6-7 laps after. But then people kept telling me I can get disqualified, and I don't want to get disqualified. I don't know if I had to change. Was it mandatory to change tires or just refuel?
I think it's mandatory to just change put at least 1 liter of fuel in your
Well,
can.
I put like 15.
Right.
I pit and I gone back out.
So what were you seeing on your screen?
My screen was fine. Just the normal time was showing, and I was running. But my girlfriend came down because she said you kept saying I'm going to get disqualified. That's the only reason I went back into the pit after the time frame.
Interesting.
So you are okay. So I guess Stefan misjudged that one. So then,
No. I guess I didn't see him at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
I was in the lead. I was in the lead, and I was holding John Green at 12 seconds every lap.
No. I interject. I was gaining on you, but what happened? I was taking the time. I have crew chief, right? So I was gaining, but it's interesting to know that when he pitted, the 12 seconds that he opened wasn't based on pushing one extra. What happened? I changed fuel and tire, so I had a longer stop. You just refueled. So your car was superior to my own. It was very difficult to keep up with the car. I had dead tires when I pitted. So when I come out back, I was gaining, but then after about a few laps, the tires start falling off.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you pitted. I remember it said the leaders in the pit.
No, but Stefan kept shouting and two people kept calling me.
So hold on.
Which was confusing.
Right. My leaderboard tells me when someone enters the pit. As John Green pitted, I see you go for 1 lap. I see you go for another lap. And I see you go for another lap after that.
You see?
It was down to 30 seconds. the last lap that you went for, I was like, this buying pit yet? We're really
Hear
going
me.
on.
I pit. When I pit, I throw in 15 liters. My pit stop is literally like 5 seconds, and I jump back out.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
See, I know it's exactly what happened.
Thank you very much, Stefan.
But why was Roger's crew chief now saying that you pit again, or not saying that you pit?
Because I went back in the second time because I was getting told I was going to be disqualified if I don't pit soon.
Okay.
When you went into the pit, Raymond, when you went into the pit, did you go in the pit at full speed or did you slow down for the?
I slowed down at the line.
That's strange. It means it's unregistered then on us.
This is weird.
Anyway, I got the
didn't hit back to pits or anything like that.
But nothing was showing up on my screen telling me to pit or penalty or anything.
No, but you had the timer, right?
The timer came off after I went in the pit.
Okay.
Do you have crew chief?
Hold on, wait.
I don't.
What time are you talking about?
Okay, you know the top has the two timers, the regular game timer and the pit timer?
Right.
When I went into the pit, when I came out, only the game timer was on.
Okay, did you enter the pit with the pit timer on?
With the pit timer on. I told you I went in the lap after John.
Okay,
John went in when he had 7 minutes left.
Even if that was so, why you didn't come out the pit at the ending part?
It gave me 300-second penalty lock for some reason. I think it's because I went in after the pit opening, the pit time.
Oh, I see. Well,
thank you, Stefan.
No, that's
Thank
fine.
you.
No, that's fine. You gotta remember that this is not these are official races, but not league races, right?
Yeah. This is so much fun, though.
Yeah, this was really nice. I enjoyed the way you drove. I enjoyed the way Tyreek drove as well. I mean, Tyreek on the control with the two y'all keeping up. That was amazing to see y'all fight.
No,
I was like a shark behind the two of them, waiting for them to cross. I know where the car's slow, right? On that one left turn. it was wonderful.
So let me ask you, John. Let me ask you something, John. You think it's right that we give Raymond this race then? Because it seems as though you couldn't catch Raymond.
No, I couldn't catch him, but you have to remember I was driving a far less slow car. And I couldn't catch Raymond. I couldn't catch Tyreek. Right?
No,
but I don't know what Tyreek. Tyreek was gaining on me, and then I don't know what happened.
I'll just say one thing though. John for sure. I mean, got a world more experience than me, better than me. When I was driving, I saw the gap went from 13 seconds to 12 to 11, and then I built back to 12 and 13.
Yeah,
I started to build up the gap. But
that was good racing on everybody's end. I mean, you were fast. Like I'm impressed at the pace that you have and adapting so quick. I must applaud it because I was given that little car everything I had, but it couldn't go any faster.
Yeah, this is my third day with the wheel.
No, that's great. That's great. I can't wait for some more race. I think Azad beat Paul. Is that for sure?
Yeah, but Paul was having a lot of issues though. What was the issues you were having, Paul?
Paul get beat. This is how we know.
You kind of know.
I get beat. But one thing though, John, I always been driving with no setup. I don't know the setup of the cars. And last night at like 11 in the night, I finally started playing around with stiffening the suspension and so. And I went from 2 minutes and 5 to 2:01 now. Finally.
Yeah, that car. The more you. Yeah.
I'll be admit, I still don't know what I'm doing. Me and a friend were just playing around with it. But little adjustments I made it so much faster.
Yeah. It's all about your setup, It's all about your setup. I think what we do next time, as we go into other races, we can try and get more balanced car. Like I couldn't pick the same cars like you guys because I was doing 257s, 258s.
But 157, you mean?
157, 158.
Yeah.
And that would have just been a one-sided race. But today, like pushing this car was enjoyable for me. But I more enjoy watching the two of you guys fighting behind me. I was like, one time Tyreek slightly slip up and Raymond catching me back. And I couldn't see anybody beyond the two of you guys because
there wasn't anybody beyond us.
These guys had pace, John. These guys had pace.
You in
trouble, bro. You in trouble.
You know what's it like? I racing like nervous as shit, and then lead with my wheel for the first time in my life. My girlfriend running up saying, "The boy saying a pit. What are you doing? What's going on with you?" And I'm confused. I know.
Crap,
I
bro.
got in the pit already. She got the phone and she and Stefan shouting, "What is Raymond doing?"
Well, I'm gonna make crew chief mandatory then.
It's mandatory. It is mandatory. All the ops in there. All right, listen, guys. On a serious note, all the ops we recommend are now officially mandatory, especially crew chief, right? Whereas you need to know what you're doing and people around you. It has a spotter, which tells you that cars are around you. You know, if someone is still on your left side, it tells you that the car is still there, right? So you guys will have to use these apps no matter what. You're going to have to get accustomed to these. Obviously, people like John Green who already know what's going on, they could skip that. But for you new guys, I want you guys to get accustomed to the apps, right? They help you out a lot because remember, at the end of the day, you're not sitting on a real car, you're not on a real race course, right?
Yeah, because with sorry, go ahead.
I do apologize, Raymond. This is
very.
I did not see. I honestly think you would have go for a tire strategy, right? Because these tires, I don't think they would have last.
The tires were fine for me. It was running fine.
Okay, this is what we need to know. What did you end up with at the end then? Do you know the delta or not?
Well, no, I don't know. What do you mean by delta? What's that?
Well, what's the delta between the remaining of your time then? The remaining of your tire wear? You're not sure?
No, I don't know how to check those things yet. I'm still new to this. So this is
right. So
for the Honda, it was real good. The tire conservation for the Honda was really good. As long as you didn't push the car.
I was short
into the
bit
car
during the laps and so and rolling a little and so.
Right, I saw you starting to slide. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't sliding. I was that was me making a few careless mistakes. I started to get a little exhausted, but then I still had excellent grip still, and so I was fine.
All right, cool. All right,
charging battery.
Yeah, my fault for that issue, but
it's all right.
Charging battery.
Sorry. Yeah, but definitely we can't give you back that position. It's not an official event. Obviously, we're still getting our act together.
That's all right.
Right.
I take a free burger from Steak and to Go. It's okay.
Fine. So
they're funny.
So everyone, I want to thank you guys for racing.
Yep. Charging battery.
If you gotta go ahead. All right.
Yep. Everybody, good night.
So good night, Raymond.
All
See
right.
you in the next race. Right.
So,
right. So anyone else with something to add? We're still streaming. If you guys see we got.
Yeah, I just want to compliment to Wilson and all the new drivers. I think I can't remember the other names right now, but I think it's I can't remember. I think that some of those guys jumped it already. Yeah, but I just want to say, good racing. I had a little hard time.
Raul is right here. Raul's right here.
I'm here.
Oh yeah, Raul was there too. Sorry, Raul was quick. But I was, this race was kind of tough. I think a lot of guys got into issues with tire degradation and consistency on this track.
The Lamborghini's really good with conserving tires. Like I didn't feel anything for a good part of that. Like 3/4 of the race, I couldn't feel anything with tires. I actually didn't switch tires. I just went for I think it was like 50 liters and took that straight to the end.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because what we did is we set tire deg and fuel usage to 1.5. So it was supposed to be a half more of the usual usage. So knowing that going into future races, we're gonna have to change that up a bit and increase it some more. Because for a short stint race like this, it's not gonna make sense if you guys still have tires left after the first stint. Usually we do this, John and I, when we race online publicly, it would be an hour-long race. So the matter of the tires do come into play, especially with a 1.5 rating. So we're gonna have to increase that. As for us, we're getting some guys in chat saying that the cars need to be a bit more balanced. What we try to do is basically give the slower guys the faster cars to try and keep up with the faster guys. But as you saw today, we have birthed faster guys. in the name of Tyreek Wilson and Raymond Seabaran. So no more special treatment for those two guys, right? To answer those in the chat.
Also, Rahul too. Rahul is quick.
Yeah, Rahul's pretty quick. So I think Rahul.
The only thing that messed me up in that race was the start. I got hit from the rear and I managed to save it, but I was in the gravel at the end there.
Oh,
and then,
so it was stuck
That's
a
on
bit.
lap 1.
After Maggots and Beckett's, I ran wide, and that was just driver error. And then like
Yeah,
it was like a 10 second. It was like a 10-second thing.
From the rear.
Oh yeah, I did see.
Yeah, I see that from behind.
Rahul, you were driving the GTR?
No.
No, Rahul.
I was driving the Lamborghini.
Rahul was in the rear.
Oh, the Lamborghini, yeah, because
You hit it from the rear because I went
I
behind
hit
you.
you. No.
I think
I
Oz.
see you run wide, and I
think-
went down on the inside. So somebody else hit you from the rear. I jammed me on the side, but not from the rear.
Okay, I think
Because he
Oz.
still hold it.
Yeah, I think Ozwin is.
Because I
Saying,
went behind you.
I think Ozwin is saying something. I think Ozwin.
Yeah, it was my fault at the start of the race. I didn't expect you guys to brake so early at the corner, so that's why I ended up hitting Ruddy.
Oh yeah, see Roger just want to put blame on me.
Oh god. No, I see you hit the man.
I jammed the man on his side because he ran wide. I understand.
But
I
that's not
support
hit.
Ken Black, and I people is alright, you know.
So
And
he's
the
not
crash
hit.
bandicoot.
Alright. I gotta go back to school then.
It was an opportunity, but he ran wide, and I looked for dive down on the inside.
All right. Anybody else with some extras that we can share with the stream before we close off this evening's race?
I just want to say thanks to all the viewers, everyone who joined in and commented. I hope we get more streamers, more viewers next race. We hope to change it up and bring some new things to the race. And yeah, so that's it.
For sure. Anyone else? Anyone else like to say thanks?
yeah, thanks everybody.
I guess everyone's yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's tell everybody thanks and so. Stefan, the next thing.
I kind of
for the
said what
next
I have to say
race.
in the chat. Great racing, guys. Congratulations to whoever the winner was, and see you guys in the next race.
Red One, I'm gonna ask you, what happened to you, bro? Lack of practice, basically.
Kind of, and I was struggling with that car a lot. Like, I don't know if it's just generally new to like the track and stuff and the whole sim racing thing. I can't say I've been playing like sim racing that much. I play it like in and out. So like when I was in the Lexus, I was really struggling for like the first few laps in like practice and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what to do next time. As a matter of fact, I think the server was up from Wednesday, but yeah, if you can join. I mean, once you do decide to race with us, you guys remember that you gotta put in the work, because we're not choosing simple and easy stuff for you guys. We want you guys to learn, so that when we do officially launch the leagues and championships and have invitees who have been seasoned sim racers, we don't want you guys to fall short, right? So this is why we expect you guys to put in a little work in practice and so on.
Yeah, but Stefan.
Yes.
Yeah, at least we gotta get it sort of up a little earlier, because remember, not everybody get time. You know, some people study and stuff like that, right? So you know, everybody gonna fall in on their own time. I mean, from Wednesday
so
weekend.
Sorry
Yeah,
sorry for cutting you, but we're running a little short on time. Understood. What we did, we tried to avoid the faster guys getting accustomed to the whole ordeal. Needless to say, that did not work out. No matter what you do, these guys can just be fast regardless, right? So we've got to find, we're still trying to poke at things to see if it moves, in terms of trying to figure out how we can even this field, because obviously there's a disadvantage with guys on controllers to guys with sim rigs, right? Despite the fact that some of you might have had issues today, you guys still are at an advantage with the sim rigs. So we're trying to poke at things to see if they'll move and help us out in that regard, in that respect. On that note, we did expect Khalil to come and give John Green another shot, and we didn't want these guys to have enough seat time, so that we can draw them in a little closer to you guys this week. That is why That is why you see we were a little. Speaking of the devil, he just joined watching us. Hi, Khalil. We missed you today. Yeah. So that is why we did that. And indeed, yeah, for the guys that want to get accustomed to the cars and the trucks, and so I think it's a bit late on our part to add in cars so late and so on. But yeah, we'll try and work as hard as possible to get that sorted, especially before we head into our first season. Anything else? I'd like to take. Oh, so someone in the chat is saying so at the end of the first lap, again, the game left me on the line. So coming out of club there for John, I think was Tyreek as well, and Raymond. For that brief moment, I was left on the line again when I was supposed to be teleported back to the pits. Did it affect you guys anywhat? John Nobat is asking this question.
No, I was cool. I expected. When we came out the turn, I saw the car, and I just figured it had to be you. But no, you weren't on a bot spot.
All right, sorry again for that. So Carlos is asking, will you guys race F1 2019 or 2020 when it comes on? We're looking to do 2020 for sure, but on PC, because majority of us already have PCs. Those of you who already have F1 2019 on console, Carlos, you can get in contact with them right on Caribbean Sim Racers group and let them join you guys up. All right? Anyone else from the comments has questions? We'll take them quickly and get going.
Also, just to comment to that same F1, remember there's a rumor going around that 2020 might be cross-platform. So there might be a possibility for persons with consoles and persons with PC to race on one server together.
Yes, that is a possibility as well. As a matter of fact, it's time to do it, because after all these titles, they've not thought to do it. It really baffles me. The fact that you can do cross-platform. Couple years now it's in there, and every year they're making a title and can't implement it. But yeah, definitely, Carlos, you can go ahead and post a comment to the group, and let's get some guys going with F1 2019. How is it with streaming though? I'm not too sure. Martin Webster is saying weight penalty for the aliens. John and I have contemplated that. It's called ballast, actually. So we can look into that. It's a matter of calculating how much ballast to add to the fast guys to bring down the timings. All right, and Carlos.
But I was driving a car that was 4 seconds slow, so that was my ballast.
Yes, so Lewis is saying that we should show SD. We haven't even looked at SD as a group yet, but I don't want to show before we have any issues with it. Lewis, sorry, we can't show it yet because we haven't taken a look at it yet. Maybe we'll come back on live a little bit later when we do test it out and see what's going on, so that we can talk things over with you live. But let me see if anything here. Tyrell Fraser is saying stream from Twitch next time. A lot of people, especially from the motor racing community, don't even know what a Twitch is. I mean, they know what a Twitch is, but don't know what a Twitch is in the computer world. That's why we chose Facebook from the get-go, because a lot of the guys in the motor racing fraternity, especially from the club races, who might be interested in joining us, don't be on Twitch. Twitch is strictly for gaming in most instances. I do see they do have like a sit-down area where you watch streamers and stuff like that. But to get other people on Twitch is going to be a hassle. We're not really looking for outside of the region per se. We're looking for guys right in the Caribbean to follow us and so on when it comes. I mean, yeah, we do have racers from outside of the Caribbean, but follow what I'm saying here. We're trying to gain a lot of guys from within the region to join up and start sim racing. And we chose Facebook as that platform to do that. Any more comments from the chat? None so far, so let me look to end the stream here. Guys, thanks a lot for joining us today. Thanks a lot for showing up, even though you had problems. Thanks a lot for staying in the server. That's something we spoke about the last time. We had guys getting frustrated to the point of quitting the race, and we don't appreciate that. We want to keep the numbers up. We don't want 3 persons on the track going around when we got, a good set of viewers watching us. Whether or not you're not even making space, we appreciate the fact that you're still here. All right, thanks a lot, guys, and say bye. We'll see you in the next race.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Banya angry next.
Right, guys, there we are. I'm gonna close off the stream now for you guys. Let's have some music in the background right quick. I want to say I appreciate you guys for joining us once again. Still to be decided next week's track and car combination. So go ahead and join Caribbean Sim Racers on Facebook if you haven't already, to stay up to date with our moving forward of Caribbean Sim Racers, CSR for short. We will get so let me just see if I can bring up the competitors here for you guys. These are the guys that just took part in that event. They are John Green, Tyreek Wilson, Louis Kumar, Azad Hassan, Paul Juanram, Roger Diodat, Raymond Sibaran, Ridwan Aziz, Oswin Wilson, and Rahul Nasir. Don't worry, we're gonna get a real photo for Nasir in the next go. But these were the guys that joined you, and we're gonna have the results shipped to you soon in the group, the official results. So stay tuned for that. We're coming closer to making a decision of going live with our seasons. Obviously, you see we have a bit of not issues, but we've got some niggles I'll say, to get over and sort out as a group. So give us an opportunity to get those things sorted. I know some of you guys are eager to join us as well. That's going to give you guys some time to get with the program. I'd like to take shout out to some of you guys here that followed us and liked the stream. Rahul Nasir, of course, John Fernando Nabat, Jamal Joseph is back again here with us, Chris Ramsarup, Sharmila Nasir, I think that's Rahul's mom, probably her sister. Sean Singh, Chet Patrick Singh, Javid Bacchus, Roy Bacchus, Shane Sibaran, Satish Ramasar, sorry I messed that up again, Randy Khan, Roy Bacchus, Naresh Ramsarup, and Sunil Jaikaran, Shane Haley as well, Tyrell Fraser, Afraz Ali, William Diaz Santiago, Vish Babulal, Akeem Alistair Benjamin, Patrick Ramsamy, Vic Narayan, Oswin Ozzy Wilson, NSK Rainbow, not sure if that's even a real profile, but yeah, and those are the new persons that would have joined us. Thanks again. Ed Ted is following. So on that note, guys, I'm gonna close off the stream here. I'd like to thank you guys a lot for joining us, and thanks a lot for growing that follow number there. I think it's stuck at 48, but it's supposed to be growing. Not sure why it's not. But anyway, see you guys in the next event, Saturday, again at 6 p.m. Thank you, and good night.
Mic off. Battery low.